cussing us in?
Let's hear it first.
All right. Welcome to another...
Not your best work.
All right, let me try one more time. And then if it don't work this time,
okay,
I'll just do the regular. Welcome to... Wait, no, hold on. I gotta find a note first.
Oh, wow.
We always had this problem in yoga class because we gotta do a one P sound, one
Okay.
So I was gonna say do a and I'm gonna find it.
You did pretty good. Good job, man. Good job.
I told you I can find any All right. Welcome to another episode of Nothing's Ever That Serious. We got a sign.
Yep.
And we're back for another episode.
We are back.
How you doing, sir?
What's good? Let me lay something on you fellas.
Okay, you got something on your mind right off the jump? You seem distressed.
What's your guys' policy on privacy?
Privacy?
Yes. Do you share? Do you overshare? Are there boundaries?
Sounds like you've been recently violated.
Let me get into an example. So I was corresponding with this lady. She happens to know a guy that I knew in undergrad. But while we were there, we agreed that we weren't each other's cup of tea.
Okay. You and the guy?
Yeah, not a beef, but you stay over there. Mm-hmm. So she happens to know this dude, and she calls me one day. She said, "Do you know such and such?" I was like, "No." And she was like, "Well, he knows you." And I said, "How do you know?" And she said, "Because I asked him." Now, right away, that took me down a different combo because I'm not really somebody who enjoys don't divulge information about me anywhere else. Make sure the coast is clear first, at least. So I said, "What did he say?" And she said, "You don't want to know what he said." Now I do.
Right.
So I said, "What did he say?" Mm-hmm. She said, he said that he don't rock with you and that y'all got issues.
Which is true.
No, it's not true because I thought we had an understanding there wasn't no beef there.
Oh, okay.
Fast forward, an event came up. I got wind that he was going to be there. Now, today, I would do my best to remove myself from any conflict.
Right.
At this time, not so much. So I walk in the back, I see him. And he made eye contact with me and did a face like you. Again, today, I would do everything to remove myself from the situation.
Right.
Then, I don't know what took precedent,
right?
But I ended up walking towards him.
Okay.
His back was turned. I didn't want to sneak him, so I tapped him on the shoulder. And when he turned around, I said, "Let's get money." And he said, "Where is this coming from?" I said, "You told such and such that you don't rock with me."
Right.
And he said, wait, you got the wrong idea. I said, "I got the right idea. Let's get money."
Right.
So he told me that what they told him was wrong. And all he said was he thought we used to have issues, but he got past it.
Okay.
Which made sense. But he could have been trying to rock me to sleep. So I said, "But you was looking at me funny when I walked in here, so let's get money."
Right.
And he said, "No, man, I can't even see that far. I ain't bring my glasses." So he was looking at me funny because he couldn't even tell who I was. And it made sense. I wear glasses too, and without these, it's a wrap.
Right.
Who are you?
Yeah.
So we ended up going outside and we talked about it. We hashed it out. We've been cool ever since.
Okay.
But the thing is, that could have gone really bad, all because somebody
So he said that he never said that he doesn't rock with you.
He said that he thought that we used to have issues. I was told something else. None of it should have ever happened because I shouldn't have been brought up in the first place. I go back to the source and I say, X, Y, and Z happened. Can you please, for future reference, never bring me up to anybody? Because you never know.
Okay.
But this was the response I got. When we interact, it's just as much as my experience as it's yours. Okay, so I can do what I want. What is y'all policy on it? Technically, it is her experience too, but do you think it's a responsibility as human beings to be like, I need to have some type of etiquette when divulging information and who I'm talking to? Because for example, if anybody asks me anything about y'all two, until I know for a fact that there's nothing there, no friction, no anything, I'm not giving any information. Or I'll be vague. Oh, what Drew be up to? You know, I can't keep up with him.
I see what you're saying,
that boy be on the move. I don't know where he at. You know, so what's your policy?
I'm the wrong person to ask for this.
Because you tell all.
I can't wait to as soon as you tell me something, I go looking for the nearest.
You got a list of names that you just tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this might be a guru question.
I do respect the fact that any interaction that I have with somebody is theirs too.
Right.
But I personally got some integrity where I won't just go share information unsolicited about anybody, because we seen close up.
I don't think she had any negative intent, though. I mean, if we break down what happened in your specific instance,
I don't think she was trying to set me up. I'm just saying she shouldn't have been because she didn't know. She shouldn't have even brought me up.
If you say something to someone and say they have a problem with you, that's starting something. Like, it doesn't matter if you don't have negative intent, but it's like there's no reason for you to say that. That's not your business.
Wait,
she didn't know though. She didn't know. She asked the dude if he knew me because she knew we went to school.
And then he said, "I got a problem with you."
Yeah,
so
but
for her to bring that back to you,
but sometimes you're just trying to make that connection,
which I fully understand.
I guess I'm not understanding at which point she went wrong. Maybe she was proud to know you, so it was kind of like a brag. Like, do you also know this guy? Like, maybe she wanted to bond with him on that level.
I don't discredit whatever her reason is.
Right.
I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, there's no reason. But Drew, you being around me, how do you think I am on privacy? And then I'll tell you how I think I am on privacy.
I like that.
I think you like to pose as someone who's private.
You stupid.
And then when you get into the, when they start serving the Earl Grey,
okay.
I think gossip is fun. I mean, I get where
it's a vicious cycle though, because haven't you seen up close too much information?
Yeah,
having somebody get even fatal, and seeing stuff close up and being in situations where something could have been completely avoided. I don't play with that at all.
So I'll say this, for me as a person, I'm someone who I think I'm very private. I don't talk about a lot, but I'm realizing more and more that everybody's a complete opposite way. And it's weird because I'll say something to someone and then someone else brings it back to me, and I'm like, why the hell did it's not even that it pisses me off. It's just weird to me. Like, why is that even conversation?
I'm about to leave.
I'm honestly, I'm not even trying to play against y'all, but it's funny because me and my brother had this convo the other day, because it seems like the people we went to school with, there's two contrasts. There's people who post their entire lives online, so you know exactly what they've been doing.
All points of the day.
Since
where
we
they
went
work
to school.
at. What every meal.
And then there's people
in real time.
Right. And then there's people who we haven't seen since we went to school. And we're like, oh, I thought that person fell off the face of the earth. And you ask them why, and they're just like, I don't want people in my business. But it's like, okay, well, nobody cares about your business. Like,
okay.
So, like, what
y'all do? What y'all talk about it?
What are y'all doing?
Exactly.
What are y'all doing that, like, we can't talk? Like, why can't we be like, oh, did you hear about Jay's new boyfriend, or did you hear about like, why can't what's wrong with chatting about, like, people like people in your community?
I was gonna say also the lack of privacy is something that's very new. It's like an advancement that just appeared in the past 8 years, 10 years.
It was because we didn't have that many outlets back then to even be showing stuff.
Yeah, but it happened.
That's
what I was gonna say. It happens when people in the same town, when they get together and they be like, oh, did you hear about the boy up the street, Guru, and his new boyfriend?
But from you saying that, I have this question to you, because this is what she said to me. Right. Not just speaking about me, but in general. But she said she views private people as somebody hiding something.
Right. That's what I just said.
Is that how you feel? If I choose to just be reserved with information, personal information, you think it's hiding? Yeah. Versus I just would rather you not know what my grandma's name is.
Like, who cares?
That's dangerous.
How?
Because if you operate like that,
are you a spy?
I might be. But you can go out in the world like, it don't matter, no information is sensitive, and say something to the wrong person who could potentially be manipulating you. Oh, Drew, what's up with Guru? Whole time they got beef, you don't know.
Right.
So you giving information.
Right.
Oh, well, we in Virginia Beach. He'll be back at 3.
Yeah.
Then he's sitting outside the house waiting on Guru or something like that.
I do know situations like that.
Close, Guru.
Yeah. However, I'm not even talking in a dangerous sense.
Right.
I think,
Just in general.
but I have seen like that's so real. You can talk about what was PNB
Rock
just went down. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it's more so to
But they
me,
said that had nothing to do with privacy and stuff.
But stuff like that do happen though. Her posting where they was in real time could very well have gotten him hurt. Like it, you know.
Yeah, but anyway, even off of that, I think there's a inner safety that people don't value of just who you let into your space, because truly everyone doesn't have the right intention to you. And not even that, but like you need to just be able to breathe and grow and learn and do stuff and make mistakes and not even be crazy, but just be in your own head and have a good time sometimes. I just feel like we let so many people into our area that we don't allow ourselves the space to grow, to make decisions, to just let your mind wander. It's just like it's too much going on, and I don't think we notice it. But I do notice that a lot of those people I feel like who are just more out there are like more rattled, and I'm just like, I'm cool, I'm just chilling, I'm just
all right. I guess
myself.
I guess my confusion is like, say if we all have mutual friends and then, you know, but me and you catch up, I think I know, like say if you said, Andy, such and such is going on, you were confiding in me, that's not something that I would take to somebody else. But I mean, if it's just like Jay, you know, was in a car accident or something like that, and
I would hope you wouldn't go tell somebody.
Why?
Yeah, that's nobody's business.
Because something that drastic, if I didn't put it out, if I didn't post a testimony,
okay, so
I made it.
Okay,
please
so
don't tell nobody.
Okay, so where's that line? What's safe and what? You're saying don't even bring my name up, which is crazy to me.
If you don't know the coast is clear.
Okay.
And it depends on what the information is. Okay. Like you said, if we were in a close group of friends, right?
Right.
And they say, where Andy at? And I know you went to go get groceries.
Right.
He went to the store. He gonna be right back.
Okay.
But I know
if
you
I
safe.
went to go eat groceries, then
I wouldn't say it.
Okay.
Because look, if somebody asked me, oh, who Drew talk to nowadays? I don't know if they connected to somebody who you connected to.
Right.
So I'd been like, oh, yeah, he was shorty.
Right,
and then you getting a long text message.
Right.
But let me pose to you a scenario.
Okay.
Let's say we live together and I have like really bad anxiety, and every day at 3 p.m. I throw up.
Okay.
Never told anybody. You only know because you live with me.
Right.
Do you think it's okay if you was out and you decided to, Jay's dealing with it. Would you be okay?
So what if I like confided in, like what if I knew that you didn't want people to know that information, but I was like, I'm just gonna tell one person who I trust.
So this is what I was gonna say.
Can I do that?
Because I was actually about to touch on that.
Okay.
So what I've noticed when I said I feel like everyone does it, what I've also noticed is you need to. Like for me personally, even though I don't tell nobody nothing, there's one person in my life who knows everything.
Right.
All right. And I think everyone's entitled to that. So when I share something with someone, I always know it's going to hit another ear. I will never share anything and not think it's going to hit another ear. I think that's irresponsible.
I think that's a good.
I would be
so
like,
you should expect
even
it
if
to
I
go
killed somebody and I'm like, Jay,
if I tell
like,
you,
we throwing this body in the trunk, but no one, I know at one point in your life it's going to go to someone. Even if it's a therapist, it might be your wife, it might be who knows.
You shouldn't put that on somebody else to hold the secret.
Don't do that because now you taking responsibility off of you to be irresponsible. Exactly. That's not good either.
I do know it's going to go to somebody. However, for me, when I share something, like, so I'll always have that mindset, but since I'm so selective on who that is and I don't throw people's stuff out there, like I don't care because I don't share because I know people are going to put it out there. But when I do share it, every now and then it does surprise me when it comes back from who it comes back from. Because I'd be like, oh, I didn't realize it was that insignificant to you.
From the most random person who got no business knowing this.
Y'all missing out. It's fun.
So, and it's interesting.
Y'all need to get out.
It's funny because look,
it's fun to be talking about stuff.
Your group was one of the groups that I was like, boy, I don't care no more. It was just like I know it's everyone hearing everything. If I say something to this person, someone else gonna hear it. I was like,
my
that's
group
them.
That's
them.
Drew walking into the room. Why you say that?
The four.
Like what?
The group chat and you. I was like, all right, that's just the. So I knew that.
You say something to one person, everybody.
So when I say something to someone, I don't say it with I know it's going back to all four of them. Mm-hmm. So it's never like I'm talking and I'm like, don't say this or this, that. Like everything I say, I'm saying it with the confidence that it's going to touch Drew's ears, that it's going to touch everybody else in that group's ears.
Right. For example, so immediate family. But
I was never like that.
Sometimes you only tell one person something, but you know, okay, dad's gonna know. I'm gonna go to work and
you gotta
my mama gonna tell my dad.
You gotta tell some people in your family. Don't tell the other ones.
They gonna tell anyway.
They gonna tell anyway. But
full transparency, because I actually like the question that you said. If you go tell somebody, if I have to release some information,
right,
it would be from somebody who there's 99.9% chance that it wouldn't get back to you. They have no connection to you. They probably wouldn't even know what you look like.
Right.
I'll be like, my friend did this.
Oh,
they can't say, oh, it's him or something like that. But I would never.
Right.
Drew said this. Drew said that without the proper context.
When Cole came on the episode, he told us that he's getting everyone's opinions the second he comes out the circle, and he's not able to form his own opinions and this, that, and the other. And I think that's another thing where I say sometimes you just let people into your space of like, you don't even have time and the ability to figure things out or comprehend things for yourself. Right. We've even talked about relationships you've had in the past where they had to go internalize stuff before they could bring it out.
Right.
But in like, while that's negative in a relationship, it could be something like, oh, I'm trying to decide what college to go to. That's a big decision. Like, and you could have opinions coming from left and right, and you're like, I just need to think about this. Right. And you're just clouding it. And I mean, people aren't harmful. I went to this really good school. Hey, they have this program. Hey, but it's just throwing so much on your plate. And sometimes the simplest decision is in front of you, and now you're confused, and now you're like, dang, I had one decision, it was probably the right choice, but now I'm looking at four other things. Like we talk all the time, comparison is the thief of joy and all these other things, and it's just like you're just introducing so much into your life. We talk about this with the internet, how it's internet age, and we're taking in so much information now that it's like you're just so clouded with choices and decisions, and it's like you would be satisfied with the woman you were with if you didn't have Tinder, because now you or the internet, because now you see there's millions of options.
Right.
But it's before then
they swiped on you.
Yeah. Before then it was like you would have dated that girl in your neighborhood and y'all would have had a wonderful relationship. Or like, I mean, it's just overstimulating you to a point where you're unable to think and make the right decisions.
I don't know. I still feel differently.
Let me pose you this then.
I like the connectivity of the, I feel like that's our purpose on this earth, to be
share information.
But
why it got to be somebody else's business though?
To be connected.
Okay, so
like
to share your story.
Like what are you doing?
Share your stuff.
Like who are you guys that you're so private?
Okay. Well then let me give you this scenario.
Okay.
Mr. Everything's okay. Say you in a relationship, long term, y'all break up and you taking it tremendously, like you're hurt.
Yeah.
But I go out and say,
way to throw fire on the
and I go out and I say, yo, Drew and such and such, they done. And now you just trying to process and get stuff through, and people hitting you up, yo, you good? Oh, you all right? Oh, yeah. Hey, bro,
I would just be like, oh, you hurt?
Really? Or would you be like, yo, why? Who told you? Why do you know this?
I would not.
I'm not gonna say I don't believe that, because I do believe it. I do believe it. I do. That's crazy.
I'm telling
though.
you, I had this conversation recently. There's people who we went to school with who are like, I don't want people in my business. It's like, okay, normally those people who are saying that, nobody wants to be in your business anyway.
But that ain't your decision though.
And then they decide to like come out because, maybe they got lonely and they were like, well, maybe things aren't so great just keeping everything to myself.
Well, you can't spoil it though. That ain't up to you.
And then they come out and they want to be like, oh, what's going on? How
about this? How about that?
But that's also up to them to get to that space where they decide they want to share.
Privacy is an entitlement?
Yes.
Says who?
Says like life. Because it's not okay
hey, Adam and Eve started naked.
You're right. But it wasn't supposed to be like that. But it's not okay for me to take things from you. Now, yourself, if you have no boundaries for what you go through in your life, that's fine.
Let's
but
all
you
tell
can't
a
do
secret.
That. So you could go tell somebody else?
That's all. That's. I guess my point is, what do y'all have going on? Like you said, what do you have going on that is so private that you wouldn't want people to know?
I just explained that it's a space to think and just create and to just.
But maybe you want maybe you want my opinion. Maybe you want to.
Yeah, and I'll ask for the opinion. And like I said, I still think you should have people in your life that you're sharing with. I don't think anyone should be completely closed off. So that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
However, I'm very selective about my circle because I've seen people who've opened up their circle and they've had stress, they've had confusion, they've had a lot of things that they didn't need because it was just overstimulation in from the wrong people. So my thing is, my circle is tight. I trust them. I've vetted them to make sure they're all quality people.
From the sandbox.
I only mess with quality people. When I tell my sister something, I know the only place it's going to go, if it's anything crazy, would be to her therapist, which I don't care. Like, work through your issues, please do.
What they gonna say?
Maybe like a future husband or something.
Okay.
You know, it's like, and I don't care because like once you make that commitment or do that in your life, yeah, please, you need to create that relationship.
Right.
But I always know it's going somewhere. Like, I would never share anything with my mom and expect it not to be shared with my dad. It's like, don't get me wrong, were there times I asked? Yeah, but it's like at the same time, I wouldn't expect you to, like, I would never put that on you.
Right.
So I just think it's knowing your circles and building them properly so that you can navigate correctly. Obviously, you know, you're a reflection of who you're around, who you hang out with. So there are things that I didn't even think about until just being around you guys. You guys have brought into my life, and now it's a thought.
Right. And
the truth is, some of those have made me a better person. Some of those are thoughts that, honestly, if I could go back and take out my head, I would. Not because they're negative or anything, but
I get what you're saying.
They just literally just changed my route of thinking. And I'm like, that was never even a thought, and I wasn't even worried about it.
Right.
Whether it be...
Are we talking about thoughts or thoughts?
Both.
hey, both.
Yeah.
So it's just the whole idea of, like, even if we talk about money or something, like, just, you can be like salary differences. It can be like, you can be satisfied in your life until someone says, yo, I make this much.
I make 600,000.
Right.
And it's like now you got extra information, and it's like, don't get me wrong, someone can be like, yo, this is your value, and you're like, yeah, that's right. But you could have been satisfied working to something, this, that, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that can be anything. Like, I just picked that example, but it's like, there's so many things that something could get introduced.
Right.
And now you're worried about something that wasn't even your worry.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Like, yeah, sometimes there can be what people think are good intentions. I'll give you an example. You know, I went to school with igloos.
Igloo school. Igloo school, yeah.
We talked about this before. We remember when we were athletes, we could, well, actually, you eat pizza and French fries.
I do.
You have a steady diet, and I'm surprised. When I eat pizza, greasy pizza, sometimes you break out.
It's okay.
Yeah. But like I said, I went to school with igloos. I don't think that this is isolated to igloos. Okay. But they used to get these things called cold sores. You ever heard it? Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, so sometimes. So
I hope you didn't think I won't go laugh. All right, go. My bad.
And so
these things called cold sore,
or as Kevin Hart would call them, bum bumps.
Okay, yeah.
Bum bumps.
Not isolated to igloos.
Not isolated to igloos.
Not isolated to igloos.
Because the igloos also okay. OVA. Okay.
Yeah, so when I would see it,
wait, on you or on someone else?
No, on someone else.
On the igloo.
On the igloo. You know, they would be
blemish on the igloo.
They would be like, here. They would be like this. Look.
They'll shotgun it.
Yeah, they'd be like, here, take a sip. Yeah.
No, sir.
Take a sip. No, sir.
Have you looked in the mirror?
No, sirree. I'll get my own. People are gonna be like, yo, he had a cold sore, but he's lying. The way he's telling this to people who don't watch this pod.
It's you that actually did this to somebody.
Yeah. I had to say that because I didn't want people to think that. But anyway, so I was out with the igloos. Yeah. And I think one time I had slipped up and I took a swig. I was just like, whatever, man.
Of a Bud Light.
Yeah, it was a bump light. and it was like everybody was passing it around. So I don't know if I was eating a lot of pizza that week, or if something jumped off the Bud Light. If something jumped off the Bud Light onto my lip. So, next morning I'm in the mirror like, what?
Maybe it's a hair bump.
Yeah,
I got a mustache.
Yeah.
Because you go through the ranks first.
Right.
Blackhead.
Yeah, so I started squeezing it. It starts kind of like taking over my. I'm panicking because I'm like, it's just a pimple, but like the more stressed I got about it, the more like
it started crawling.
Yeah, I don't know if it was in my head.
You went to sleep and wake up and it's on this side. Yeah. Then you take a nap, it's on this side. You say, hold on. This bump light is got a mind of its own.
This bump light is wilding right now. So yeah, like I said,
is this mine or yours?
Yeah. Let me get a sip. Yeah, so I'm telling my Igloo friends, and they're just like, "Don't worry about it, man. It's nothing. Look."
They lift the hood up. You think one's bad? They popped the trunk. They said, "What you mean?" What? You're just getting started.
Wait, but hold on. Serious question though. I grew up around black people. I never seen a black person.
Me either. I haven't either.
Right. So I'm not even.
Of course, we know it's possible, but usually it doesn't happen that way.
Okay. Yeah. Why is that? Like, is this? Can we Google it? Like, because I don't want us to seem like ignorant, like we're trying to be funny,
right?
Or like racist. But I had never seen that on us. Until either it was either it was the bum light or
the bump light.
Yeah. So my friends were like, "Don't worry about it." At that time, me and my mom were really close. So, I told her, and I was like, "Mom, I thought I had a hair bump or a pimple, but it's jumping around from side to side. Like, what's going on?" She was like, "Well, I'm gonna pray about it." And I said,
"Mama Bear, thank you so much."
I was like, "Thank you." I strayed away from the church, but I come back in times of need. That week, I was reading my Bible. I went to Sunday school, Saturday school, Wednesdays. I was in there that week.
You overachieved that week.
Yeah.
You spent time.
I always do that. I always come to the Lord when I need him. I'm like, if you get me out,
I promise you, I'll come back.
I promise you, I will not drink any more bump lights.
And that was my last bump light.
Right? Yeah. So this whole story started when I said sometimes people don't have bad intentions.
Okay.
So time passes. Like you said, it was no big deal. I think it went away, and then I went home for a break. And anytime I'm home for break, my mom's like, "Come to church." So I was like, "All right, let me go, to spend some time with my mom." And so I walk into the church and everybody's like, "How's your bump? How's your bump? Your bump light?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?"
How's it?
Lo and behold, I was on the church prayer list.
They come, they touch your face. They say, "Is it gone?" They got gloves on.
Let's pray on it.
Everybody come put your hand over his mouth.
That's
Lord,
funny.
please let this bump go. That boy done went up there and drunk a Bud Light. Lord, please.
Because earlier I was going to say maybe one of the reasons I'm so guarded and telling secrets, no one has the most trouble holding a secret than a black mom.
Right. Hey, man.
So
told the church.
Maybe that's where it comes from.
Yeah, so we laugh about that.
But were you humiliated? Did you feel like your privacy was invaded? Did you feel like some information got out that you would have rather stayed between you and your mom?
No.
Or was you like, "Hey, man, everybody got to know at some point"?
I was like, I'm
good. I'm delivered.
No.
See?
No. So, yeah. So I guess I can see a little bit how there can be an invasion of privacy, because I did feel like that should have stayed between me and mom.
Just a real quick something quick. Over the holiday, I was spending some time with my brother and my sister-in-law, and my sister-in-law had said something like, your brother is my best friend, so even if you tell me a secret, I want to apologize in advance. I'm going to tell him.
Right.
Which is cool, because I would expect that. I wouldn't.
Right.
But then my brother
want them
said,
to keep secrets from each other.
Right. And my brother said, he kind of stopped her. He was like, look, I would want my brother to be comfortable enough to tell you something and know that you wouldn't tell me if he really felt that way. So he kind of even told her, like, I get what you're saying, but if he really sincerely said, don't tell nobody, he said he would hope that I was comfortable enough to do that and that she wouldn't tell him.
Right.
That was him upholding integrity too. Because he could have easily been like, yeah, she gonna tell me and
I feel like that's him knowing you. So he's saying that because he knows that for you to bring something to her like that, it would need to happen.
Facts.
So he's saying that more so because he knows you, not because it's
but
integrity.
But it is integrity though, because he could still say that's not how I operate. Yeah. Tell me everything. I don't care if it's my brother. I don't care if it's my mama. I don't care if it's your brother. You know.
Right.
So
in that same vein, y'all are saying that y'all are entitled to your own privacy, none of your business. Let me pose you a scenario.
Thank you. I'm here for it.
Okay, so say, your homie just starts dating a girl and he's all gung-ho about it.
Yeah.
You're out at the supermarket. A couple weeks later, you see the girl with another dude. Is that your business to let your boy know that you...
First of all, brilliant question. I like this. In that scenario,
you're sweating. Are you gonna tell him or not? Because he's at risk for a bud bum.
Okay, look, this is the thing. He is at risk for a bud bump, a bud bump platinum. So a bump light. So in that scenario, my loyalty is to my friend. I would say, yo, just running something past you. Right. I seen something ain't look right to me.
Okay,
but I wouldn't take it. But hold on now, because I wouldn't take it to him definitively. Like, yo, she dipping on you, because I could be out of line. Right. That could have been her cousin.
Right, exactly.
I seen shorty and I seen dude.
What if they kiss?
I'm just
cousins kiss.
Hey, I'm saying, look, she was tonguing dude down in the grocery. I don't know if y'all broke up or something like that.
Right.
I'm just bringing it to you. Blah blah blah.
What if? Okay, let me remix the scenario a little bit. What if they're married and you've been invited over to the house, you've been there for game nights, of course your loyalties to your guy, but she's been hospitable to you, she's been nothing but nice to you, you met her through him, but like you know,
I know her well.
Yeah, you know her well too. You telling him still?
My loyalty is still to him, but like I said again,
but now you're about to wreck a marriage.
No,
that's
no,
like y'all were the ones who were saying. Y'all were the ones who were saying that
that was good. That was good.
They need time to process it and figure it out and grow. And
but if he,
you want to be the one who's
I like
the cause of their demise.
Okay, so bringing it home. If you was married and your wife was serving,
right, this
would never happen. So I don't want to put that on you, but I'm just saying, making it personal. I wouldn't be able to sleep knowing that I know that and you might not. But when I bring it to you, I'm not going to be like, hey, boy, drop her. This and that. I'm going to be like, look, I don't know what y'all got going on.
Right.
I saw this. Sit with that information and move how you want to. But
that's the same thing.
No, it's not, because I could come to you on fire like, boy, if you don't leave tonight.
The information has still been delivered to me.
But my loyalty is to you, though.
But I'm loyal to you, but I'm also loyal to my wife. Or my spouse. So now you're coming to me betraying my wife.
No.
So like, for example, there are boundaries. There are some times where you got to step over that line. But in this same scenario, say it's two people that I know of, but I'm not cool really with either one of them. I just know them, and I see some stuff going on. I'm not saying nothing. That's not my business. I'm not gonna go up to dude and because I don't know you like that. But if you my brother, if I sit with you, if I look you in your eye and I spend time with you, I'm not about to be like, I know his wife getting killed right now, and I'm gonna just sit here and be like, well, I ain't gonna tell her business though.
Not everything's black and white. So
thank you, Guru.
I will say that. So there's a lot more that goes into it. However, when you keep your network selective. Everyone in my network knows if they saw something like that, I trust them and I want them to bring it to me. And also, they would know how to bring it to me because I've selected that network and I'm not just out here connecting and telling everybody everything.
That's putting too much.
No.
That's
and if a stranger,
it's like, okay,
look, I'm gonna be real. If a stranger walked up to me and told me,
are perfect.
Say it again.
Everybody's human still, so y'all think that y'all selected this group of people to be in your circle, and you ain't never gonna have any kind of problems in your life.
They're allowed to make mistakes. I'm not telling them they can't make mistakes.
Saying that.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that I trust the people around me to bring me news and call stuff out when they see it.
What if the dilemma or the debacle is internal and there's different loyalties to different people? Like same scenario I gave you. Yeah. What if your loyalty is equal to both of those people?
I can't think of that ever happening, but that's tough. That's tough. But
like I said, nothing's black and white. I would have to. I would
sit them both down.
Think it through. I would too.
I'm like, look, there's some stuff going around this jank.
What if? Okay, let's bring it home.
Let's
bring it home. You have loyalties to us too.
Yeah,
I know how.
You know that Guru starts talking to a girl somehow, some way. You know how I get. You know how I am sometimes.
My hands slip up a little bit.
I didn't mean for this to happen, but Guru wasn't around. She came looking for him, and I made her feel at home.
Okay,
you came over because you forgot.
My key.
Yeah, you forgot your Iverson. So you sleep with Iverson every night.
I'll let you answer, but
you ran in and you were like, "Oh shoot, I thought that was Guru."
But it was music coming from your room.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
That's an easy scenario.
I would.
Wait, I want to hear what Jay says then.
I would first go to Guru and pick his brain first.
Okay,
Guru, how you feel about this girl? What's this? Blah blah blah.
Wait, you already doing stuff that's out of your business.
No, because he could know that y'all sharing. I don't know.
No, so that's not a realistic. Okay, no, it is.
It's hypothetical.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Right. My first instinct ain't to just be like report what I saw. I would get some info first to know that it's valid.
Okay,
and then I'm like, look, man, double check your shorty, man. I would start it like that because we both.
But then that's gonna mess me up.
No, it's not. Because I didn't get your name. If I wanted to be messy, I'd be like, hey, man, Drew up there doing some construction.
That's out in me, right?
I just said, check your shorty.
And then...
Because that's crazy. I don't know why you would do that.
And then it's going to come back to me.
But I wouldn't be able to sleep. You're but Guru, or you, or the other way around, I would just let you know that you need to put your spectacles on. I'm not going to be like, yo, Guru tearing it up. I'm like, Andy... But put your glasses on, and I'm gone.
Let me tell you how I would handle this situation, and it's quite simple, and it's the same for the previous situation too.
Okay,
I would sit you down in that scenario, and because this is the thing, the people also in my circle, I'm gonna call them out when they're not stepping correct. So I'm gonna be like, Drew, what you doing?
Hold on. The scenario is different. So
if it was us two, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm saying Drew.
Wait, who did the
you did the dirty.
I did the dirty.
I'm like, Drew.
Why I got to be the bad guy?
Because you were the bad guy in the last scenario.
I know, but that was this scenario. And let's switch it up.
Okay, all
right. So I'm like, Jay, you know what you're doing.
Right.
Correct yourself. I'm gonna call you out on it. And I'm going to tell you to address it.
That's a good move.
And if you don't, then I'm going to address it.
That's different than what you did.
This is the thing.
He went to the perp. You went to the victim. I
like that. Yeah, his method is better. And I don't got all the answers. I don't have it.
And I would also say in the previous scenario, if I was cool with both people, both of y'all are in my life.
To the perp.
I'm going to go to both of y'all and I'm going to check both of y'all. I'm going to say, yo, check yourself. Yo, check yourself.
Check shorty.
No, I thought the previous scenarios where they both had issues.
No. I gave him a scenario where he only had loyalties to one person. Yeah. Then I gave him a scenario where he had loyalties to both. So
it's check yourself. It's don't put me in that scenario because you're being disrespectful to me by even putting me in that scenario. So right up the bat, I want to say,
no, you just
happen to walk in.
You happen to walk in.
You're in my circle, and if you want me in your circle, you need to know that I'm going to call you out when you're not walking correct.
Right.
And that's not everything. It's not something I just disagree on. That's different. But if it's something that's like...
You disagree with cheating? Like if you saw somebody in your circle cheating?
I know who you are. You have given your values to me, right?
Have you come full circle since you cheated?
You have given...
Have you grown since that episode?
Yeah.
As a friend, when I have friends, I know your values, you know my values.
Facts.
So if you're stepping out on your values, I'm going to call you on it.
Hey, Guru, on the flip side, what if you know he a wild boy? Like, like he's wilding.
I'm gonna call you on it.
You be like, look, man.
I'm gonna be like, look,
no one is not gonna
yourself.
really hit home like this is him.
I'm gonna say, check yourself. Like if that's my if that I'm gonna say, yo, you know what you're doing ain't right, and I don't want nothing to do with it. So don't bring me into it.
Thanks.
If I'm cool with the person, I'm gonna say, you know, I love you, but you're acting foul. That's my person too, and I'm gonna tell them if you don't correct.
Okay.
So, because that is my right. That's my responsibility.
I don't know.
My circle. Those are my friends. That's my peace.
I
Y'all
like
aren't
his
impeding on my peace.
I like his scenario.
Or my
Maybe
friend's peace.
If I could remix that, I would say I would come to you. But I don't know when it gets to like snitching. Not snitching.
Right.
Technically, let's say it's not snitching. But I don't know. I can't see myself being like Drew's doing X, Y, and Z with your girl. But I would. Okay, so it would be fair. Yo, come to you. Hey man, tighten up.
I wish I had a scenario.
Then I would go to you and I said, yo,
can't.
don't somebody doing what they doing to my girl? Huh?
No, I said I have a scenario.
You say you wish you could tell me, but you can't.
No,
Hold up.
How is that snitching though?
What you do?
How's it snitching if I say
maybe snitching was the
I'm
wrong
calling
word.
you and I'm saying you can correct?
What if I said it as
if you're doing something wrong to my best friend, even if we're best friends, why would I not call you on that? That don't make no sense.
No. To him, yeah. But I'm saying, would you go to the other person? I don't know,
but
man.
I'm gonna say you can correct it. I'm letting you know that's my friend. Don't disrespect them. As respect as you're my friend as well. I know you need time and space to work things out. Correct it. However, if it keeps going and you're still hurting my friend, I'm going to address that. However, I am paying you the utmost respect by having this conversation with you right now.
Correct. But when it gets to that point, how do you go about it? Do you be like, well, today's the day. And do you come in my room and be like, Drew banging your shorty?
right.
Yeah, I'm on. But the thing is, no, I'll probably be like, I'm telling him just so you know. Like, just so you know, I'm letting him know.
And then when you turn your back, he just jump on you, he like attack you. You're not telling him anything.
Look, if you ain't gonna tell her, you gonna know when you going home the next day, you gonna be like, damn, you gonna know that she know. I'm gonna let you know.
Question to you,
it's
though.
Not gonna be
would you go
sneaky.
to the shorty if y'all rub shoulders? Like, say you was making a sandwich and she walked in and wasn't nobody here yet. Would you be like, hey yo, I see what you on?
I don't think she my business.
So if you was alone with her, you gonna let her rock and act like you don't know?
I ain't friends with her. I don't got no relationship with her. Like, I'm not gonna sit there and necessarily act cordial with her. Like, I ain't gonna be like, oh, we're cool friends. Oh, I respect you. Like,
if she was like, Guru, how was your day? Would you be like, hey yo, don't even play with me like that. I know what you're doing. Yeah,
I'm not gonna be rude. I'm gonna have a conversation with you, but at the same time, I'm not gonna buddy up and act like we're the best friends or you have my trust or this, that, and the other. Like, I'm not gonna do that. But am I gonna be just I'm a nice, normal person, and that's what I'm gonna continue to be.
One more question.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Wait, I gotta answer the same one.
Okay.
So if it's y'all two, Shorty's two-timing on one of you guys, and I run into her in the kitchen.
You gonna say, let's make it
I would be like, am I next?
If you don't want me to tell, cut me in on the deal. Hey, pleasure doing business.
How much are you willing to offer so I don't tell?
If you don't want me to cut your water off,
I'm slandering my own character.
No, real talk. That's honestly probably the best approach and the most genuine one. Because then
everybody can win.
Because then she's gonna look at Drew and be like, I'm gonna let them know both know.
She said, I'm calling him right now.
So Drew is the real one. He's looking out for all of us.
Different way, his different pride approach, on the line. But same results.
Right.
One more question to you, Guru.
And then if she told y'all that I came to her, I'll just say I was doing it for y'all.
The three of us.
Yeah.
Guru, so in that situation, right, let's say that you find this out and you go to the friend and you say, you tell him or I'm going to tell him. Mm-hmm. Whether your friend tells him himself or if you have to tell him, now where do you go from there? Are you still equal friends with all of them or is there a wedge? Are you going to be like, I don't rock with dude like that because he would do something like that? Or would you still be like, we're all the best of friends. It was just a bump in the road that we had. I'm
going to say, hey, these are the values I placed on you. Let me know if these are the values I should continue to place on you. Mm-hmm. Let me know, like, let's redefine. We're going to have a
come to Jesus.
DTR. Okay. You know, we're going to sit down, we're going to redefine it. And I'm like, all right, cool. I got you. Like, I'm not going to cut you out my life, but I just need to know what you are and how we need to move and this, that, and the other. Some relationships I may be like, all right, cool. I see we're growing different ways. I'm gonna wing that off. Other ones, I'm gonna be like, no, all right, we're gonna keep being friends, and it just depends.
Fair, I say.
But I do believe in cutting people off who you've outgrown. Not cutting off, but like growing apart from.
Okay. If your values don't align anymore.
Yes. And I don't think that's a negative thing.
Okay.
But yeah, y'all got some interesting perspectives on privacy. But with that being said, we have a pretty public podcast.
It's public.
Do you guys feel like that hinders how much information you bring to the pod? I mean, for example, I just told you I just told you about my special prayer request. And
yes.
I don't even know if that's staying in or not. I'm gonna have to
you know what?
That might lower my stock.
But I can you scoot a little bit more that way? But
what do you think, Guru?
Some stuff is in the form of entertainment and statute of limitations.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I exaggerate
and that was about you. You ain't say, yo, my boy Alex had a cold sore.
Right.
That would have been effed up.
Right.
He might not have wanted that out.
But yeah, like at what point do you get to feeling comfortable sharing stuff on this show?
Just because you don't tell certain things doesn't mean you're not giving something that's valuable. And at the same time, if I do tell something, it's still about me.
Right.
I would never get on here and...
We spent most of the beginning of season 2 with me reflecting on my college relationship. And you know that didn't... hold on. You know, in college that didn't go well for me, even though we didn't have a podcast yet. But I felt like it was my duty and my responsibility...
to let people know that you've done some dirt.
No, to make relatable content and to share my life in an authentic way.
But that don't mean you have to tell your deepest secrets to achieve that. But you've also had backlash, even though we use fictional names on here. Right. People from the first episode.
Right.
Hey man, I don't like how we even had to make adjustments. So it's still a line that you gotta walk.
But Guru also said and you said that in this episode that if something happens to both of us, it's your story. It's just as much your story as it is my story. Why can't I tell our story?
You can. I'm just saying that's where the combo comes in. Like, do you have the integrity to be like, yeah, it's a shared experience, but this might make you feel a certain way, so I'll keep that to myself.
What do you think? Do you feel well, I feel like I know the answer already. If you don't feel comfortable sharing stuff off pod, then you sure as hell ain't gonna share stuff on pod.
I always do consider how the other people involved are going to take the story and look at kind of where we are connected in life and stuff. And I do believe, like, if I'm currently going through things, I know I need to figure it out. So you're literally here processing on the show. Right. I like to process off the show and then bring it here, because in processing, you make mistakes. You say things you don't mean. You are speaking in a more raw form. You haven't grown through it. You haven't reflected on. So you're doing all that in live time.
So let it cook.
And I like doing that.
Let it cook.
I honestly, I like doing that.
That is your style. That's your style.
I love bringing. I like that you said that, because I do like bringing stuff. And like sometimes I am unsure.
Yeah.
Like I had something happen to me that I'm kind of unsure if I want to tell you guys, but it's something that happened that I haven't been able to process yet. So I don't know. Should I tell it and risk maybe cutting it out, or should I be vulnerable? And
if you're not ready, don't do it.
I would say, I think your personality is to risk it. So I would tell you to do it. However,
hey, dive in, man.
Just do it. But
nose dive, buddy.
I guess what
you also want to grow this podcast at my expense. Like, did y'all see the episode?
Not at your expense. You are willing to put that out there.
And to add to that also, whenever I'm in this space or like creating content in general, my first thought is always entertainment.
Okay.
Always. I'm not even in like a too personal like thing.
Well, so, but you think about like family or like how your close friends are going to,
which that plays into it. So it's like, if I've gone through something personal, I am a private person, but if I can figure out a way, like if I'm literally laughing to myself because I've put it in a way where I can present it, right, I will share it anywhere.
Okay, so I've been processing this for a couple years now, and I don't know how to
share.
I'm still lost. So maybe you guys will.
We'll get to a conclusion. Got you. Okay, now it's...
When I woke up, obviously the dorm wasn't there and the shirts and skin guy wasn't there, but
the evidence.
But the
DNA was present.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably unrelated to the story, but I would just love a play-by-play of the cleanup process and what was going through your mind.
That's what I'm saying. Like, y'all are laughing.
Was there like wipes of shame of like...
Y'all are laughing, but it was seriously like a difficult point in my life. And
I don't want you to think that it's being taken lightly.
Okay.
Jay with the jokes, funny guy. Drew with the blah blah, telling crazy stories for a lifetime. Kemp got the wisdom for him, like nothing's ever that serious. And if you don't listen, then you're delirious.
Bro, you can't say that. Why not? Because we're live. I just said nothing's ever that serious.